Hi there, my name is Toby, and this is a very, very important talk. And I've saved it for today, Christmas Eve, because of course it's a special day for a lot of people, but it seems appropriate to talk about today, and tomorrow I'm going to do something else very different. But today I want to ask the question, it's a big question, and it is this: why can we not build a better world? Why can't we do this? Why has it not happened? Now, everyone is talking about a better world, but mostly it's all these corrupt people, all the authorities telling us, yeah, we're going to make a better world for you. We're going to reduce the rate of rising crime. So crime is still going to go up, but we'll reduce it a little bit. Oh, we're building a better world. Well, we don't like fighting and war and all this. I know there's war, but we're going to reduce it a little bit. We're going to reduce the rate of rising war. Just a little bit. The war is still going, but we'll reduce it a little bit. That's not a better world. We're going to give you a little city. You can live in your little city. We'll give you a little house. And you can run around your little city there. We'll give you a supermarket. We'll give you a computer. You can play computer games, watch TV, sit on your sofa. We'll deliver food to you. That's a better world. We're going to make that better world for you. Oh, that's a better world. That's not a better world. That's worse, much, much worse. We are being sold the lie of a better world. That's all we've got at the moment. And then we've got serious people, pundits, analysts, philosophers, professors, all talking about it. Very seriously thinking about it. Yeah, how are we going to build a better world? How could we reduce the crime rate? Oh, if we reduce the interest rate a little bit like this, that will make a difference. We're talking tiny, slight changes. It's like everyone believes, yeah, the world is corrupt, everything is terrible, crime rate is rising. It's us, it's human beings, it's people. People are corrupt. Nothing you could do about it. All we could do is maybe slow it down a little bit. No. We cannot see it. This is the main reason. We cannot build a better world because we do not believe it is possible. We cannot see it. And that's part of the plan. The people that control us do not want us to see what a better world could be like. They do not want us to believe it is possible. They want us to be hopeless, so that only they will offer you the solution. Yeah, the world is terrible. Come and join us. We're going to give you a nice world. We're going to put you in a little room in a city with a computer. You'll be happy as Larry. That's a better world. And we think, oh yeah, all right. Well, the world, this is the best one. We always hear that. Yeah, I know democracy is terrible. I know it's corrupt, but it's the best thing we've got. It's better than the alternative. What is the alternative? We don't even know what the alternative is. Well, the alternative might be, that total communism. Yeah, sure, it's a bit better than that, but not much. These are both systems of authority, control, and we have to trust those authorities. We blindly trust them. They tell us they're building a better world, and we believe them. Oh yeah, okay, if I vote for this person, they're going to build a better world for us. No. We cannot even see it. If you ask the average person, what's your vision of a better world? They'll think, better world. Oh, maybe if the Netflix subscription was free, if I could have free Netflix, that'd be a better world. Really? That's a better world? Or, if I could have a mansion and a fast car. If I had a fast car, that'd be a better world. No. And then you've got these new age people. A lot of new age gurus. They're all talking about abundance, a better world. And they got very rich. They get very rich. We look at them, wow, those guys are so rich. They're living in a better world. They're teaching us how to be abundant. They're living in a better world. No, they're living in a better world for themselves. For themselves. They have become rich off your money. They've got abundance. But they're not making any effort to help you in your abundance. They're just telling you it's the mind. Yeah, visualize abundance, and pay me. pay me and I'll teach you how to visualize abundance. So that means I get paid, I get abundance, you pay the money, and you're the one that's got to do the work. Visualize the abundance. No, that's not the answer either. Watch out for these guys. There's very few people, I would say 0.00001% of the population have got any real idea what a better world would be like. We just cannot see it. No way can we see it. You see, herein lies the issue. We have been conditioned. We have been conditioned to this world. It's done on purpose. The world we live in is not natural. We think it's natural. We've been conditioned to it. Yeah, it's because of people. People are corrupt. We're all corrupt. We're all corrupt. It has to be like this. Yeah, everyone's going to fight. Everyone's going to steal. It's inevitable. Everyone's going to go and, hurt each other. It's inevitable. It has to be like that. It doesn't have to be like that. This is all man-made, created. If we were living naturally, if the human spirit was allowed to be natural, okay, this is the first big see-through what I'm trying to say, there would not be all this conflict. There would not be all this sickness and suffering. It's not natural. It's man-made, imposed upon us. And it's done through generations. Difficult to get your head around this. Very difficult. We have simply been conditioned to the idea that this is the way it has to be. And then all these authorities, all these pundits talk about it. And they sound very serious philosophers. Yeah, that's a difficult one. But we'll come up with a solution. And their solution is something tiny. Yeah, we'll have a new political party, or yeah, we'll maybe we'll make a new type of money, or maybe we'll, if we could reduce the interest rate, or something so pathetic, it's going to make no difference. It's the first thing we've got to understand. Our mind has been closed to the idea of a better world. We do not believe it can be so. So we've given up. We've given up. But it can be so. It can be so. And I believe there's only two things we need to do to build a better world. Two things. And they're not that big a deal. Now, the first thing we got to address is indeed that, the human spirit. Are we all just corrupt? And it's inevitable. Yeah, we're bound to have corruption. People in power, they always become corrupt. What's the saying? Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. So that's true. That's true. It's a proven fact that narcissists are attracted to positions of power. The people that run the world, it's just inevitable. I think the figure is something like 80% of people in power are narcissists. There has been some research on this, serious research. So the people at the top are going to be the biggest narcissists. It stands to reason. So that's true. But it's not natural. Like I said, it's not natural. The only reason these narcissists can rise up to positions of power is because we have created a power structure for them to rise up in. If there was no power structure for these narcissists to rise up in, they couldn't have power. They couldn't. So we're coming to that in a minute. But still, the human spirit, like I said, is not natural. These bad people in power, these narcissists, they are corrupt. And we all know it. Listen, we all know it. Everyone knows there's corruption. You're going to get the absolute mainstream person. Even they will admit it. They'll look at government and say, oh, this politician is corrupt. They can see the surface level corruption. Oh, yeah, they've taken a bit of money. They've claimed more expenses. Or this one's had an affair with someone else. Oh, it's corrupt. All right. But then there's other people that see deeper, bigger corruption. No, it's much worse corruption than that. And some people see really corruption everywhere, deep corruption everywhere. And we call those people conspiratorial theorists. So I don't want to say the exact word. And now we're arguing amongst ourselves. We've got the mainstream people who, yeah, they accept surface level corruption. And the mainstream people are arguing with these conspiratorial people who see much deeper corruption, all pervasive corruption. And they're arguing. We are fighting amongst ourselves now. We are fighting over the level of corruption. We're not fighting corruption. We are fighting over how much corruption there is. What are you talking about? So we've got the mainstream people saying to these conspiratorial people, there's not that much corruption. And then the conspiratorial people saying, yeah, there's much more corruption. They're saying, no, there's less corruption. No, there's more corruption. There's less corruption. Yeah, hang on. There is still corruption. You're both seeing corruption. Some see more, some see less. I don't care about that. It's still corruption. Listen, when a little baby child steals the toy of another baby child, that is corruption. That is greed. It's the same greed as when one government, one country goes and steals another country. It's exactly the same corruption. We've got to nip it in the bud. When a child steals the toy of another baby, you have to correct them. Stop, don't do that. That's stealing. That's stealing. We do not even understand the basic natural law. That's one of the first things. That is natural law. It is built into our conscience. If we were left to be natural, we would all be following the natural law. And it's three things. Three things. Do not harm. Do not initiate harm on anyone. If you see one baby smacking another baby, you stop them. Don't do that. That is harm. You are harming them. You are breaking the natural law. You see one baby child stealing another baby's child, you must stop them. No, that is stealing. That is breaking the natural law. Do not take another person's stuff. And then the third part to this is do not cheat. Do not lie, or rather commit fraud. Do not deceive in order to gain, in order to steal, or in order to harm. So when you see a baby child cheating, they're cheating in a game, cheating in a test, you say, no, don't cheat. If you are cheating, you defeat the whole purpose of it. You see, this is the natural law. It's built in. They know it. A baby will know it. When you tell them up about it, they know. And they go sheepish, and they know. They know they've done bad. It's instinctive. It's inside our soul. And the problem is we are not taught the natural law. We're taught a load of other stuff. In fact, we are taught how to be corrupt. We are told that, yeah, you're corrupt. We are actually programmed to be criminals. It's very subtle, very subtle. If all of our children were taught these three things, do not harm, do not steal, do not cheat, it would be already a different world. So I urge you, when you see it in a baby child, correct them. It's exactly the same corruption. I see it the same. So this argument of the mainstream people to the conspiratorial people is an irrelevant distraction. That's part of the game they're playing on us. Yeah, you guys argue amongst yourselves. There's a load of corruption. No, there's only a little bit of corruption. There's a load of corruption. There's only a little bit of corruption. You're fighting. It's still corruption. It's the same corruption in a little baby child. You've got to put a stop to it. It's not natural. So this is one of the things. This is one of the first things we've got to do is work on ourselves. Now, everyone knows that. If we want to build a better world, we've got to build a better self. We all know that. But what we don't know is that is not difficult. That's easy. Remember, we have been taught to believe that the human soul is corrupt. It's evil. It's not. It's not. That has been imposed upon us. In order to become a good person, there's no work to be done. There's no work to be done. In fact, you have to undo the programming. Undo the idea of, oh, I'm corrupt, I'm terrible, I'm a bad person. No, you're not. That's an idea you've just got to let go of. If you are truly left to be natural in a good natural environment, you would naturally find yourself following the natural law. And this is the law of abundance. You see, that's why I don't like these self-help gurus with the abundance. They're saying, yeah, abundance for everyone, and it's not. They're the only rich ones, and all the poor people are paying these rich people to learn how to be rich. What are you talking about? This is a funny game going on. No one's talking about how do we all get abundance. Listen, abundance, they don't understand abundance. They themselves are rich, they're abundant. That's not abundance, that's poverty. There is only abundance when we are all rich. All of us. If you're getting rich and someone else is not, you still haven't fulfilled your idea of abundance. You will only have abundance when that poor person is also rich. So you have to keep working. Don't be thinking, abundance, I get rich. No. Oh, they'll get rich when they visualize it. No, if you know better, which you should be knowing better, then you've got to work for abundance for everyone. That's what I'm trying to do here. I'm not charging for this. I'm trying to open everyone's mind. Abundance is for everyone. And until everyone has got it, you can't be talking about abundance. So the first thing we've got to do is work on ourselves. And that's what this channel body efficiency training is all about. But again, it's not hard work. It's returning to the natural self. And the natural self naturally, automatically follows the natural law. It's about being an honest, dignified, good person, compassionate. You look after yourself and you care for the people around you. And your job in life is to keep improving yourself, gaining wisdom and understanding, learning things and helping people. And that's what I do on this channel, energy healing. Once you're doing that for yourself, you can do energy healing and help other people. And that is spreading this true abundance of energy, life force energy. So that's one side of the picture. But we still really don't know. We still can't visualize what a better world is going to be. But that's a start. If we can get that in our head, that's a start. And if we can understand that all this corruption, this badness, is not natural, it's been man-made, created, all we have to do is sort of see through it, and then do something new. So what is the next thing we do? Now, this is the practical solution. There is a practical way to build a better world, and it's to do with technology. And there are two technologies we need, two technologies. Now, one of those technologies is only just here. It's brand new technology. So I've always been thinking about a better world my whole life. I've been visualizing it, contemplating it, trying to work out how could we do it? What steps could we take? Because this world is so big now. How do we change the direction of the world? How do we fight all this corruption? So this first technology is that. It's a technology that will fight corruption itself. See, at the moment, corruption is still possible. It's possible because we've got paperwork, we've got money, we've got all these things going on, but that it's still ambiguous. And so the project I'm working on is called ENTIFY. It's a blockchain ecosystem project, but it's very exciting because we have one brand new invention. And it's such a small thing, you'd think, well, what's that? But it is such a big thing. We have got a system that allows us to connect any object, any physical object, to an NFT on the blockchain. In other words, any object will have an irrefutable record on the blockchain. So this will allow us to create a completely, and again, this is a whole nother level blockchain. So what we need is a totally decentralized network. It must be totally decentralized. Cannot be centralized. What we've got now is all centralized power. It's all centralized. That's what allows the corruption to take place. It's centralized power, therefore centralized corruption. And all it requires is one person at the top, one most corrupt person at the top, and they can control everything. We can't see it, but it can be done. Of course it can be done through centralized power. Decentralized power, it becomes impossible. Cannot be done. So we have got a system that will be the most totally decentralized communications network and a method of recording pretty much everything onto the blockchain. So that sounds terribly dangerous. It sounds like these, digital IDs and these digital currency that the authorities are bringing out. And it is very similar to that, but it's the exact opposite. It is impossible. My system is impossible to centralize. You cannot take control of it. It's impossible. Impossible to shut it down. Impossible to centralize. It is only self-sovereign. Only the individual can control their stuff, their digital identity. Only they can control it. It's going to take me a long time to explain the actual technology, how this works, and to really convince you of this. But let me just say in this talk, that is the one real technology that will help to build a better world. Because if you use this system, it will end corruption. You cannot cheat the books. And it will end theft. You will not be able to steal anything. Because every item, we have a traceable, we have an ownership trail of it. We know who it belongs to, and we can see who owned it in the past. So the only way you can buy and sell things is by transferring the ownership on the blockchain, which is an irrefutable record. But remember, it's not centralized. It's owned by all of us individuals. All of us individuals control it. No centralized location. That is important. It cannot, by definition, be taken over. So the authorities as we have now, they won't like this technology. They won't like it. So I'm trying to build it up in a secret way as possible. But when it gets going and people see it's working, they'll want to join us because, hang on, that's a much better system. So we're building a better system. Better than the one we got. We're not trying to tear that one down. We're just quietly going to build a new one. A new one. So that's one level of technology. A technology to end corruption. So that, again, that is all about the human soul. But that corruption will go naturally. It's not natural. Like I said, it's man-made, created. This corruption, this criminality has been taught to us, imposed upon us, and now we are accepting of it. The world is like that. Then the second technology we need. Now this is the big one. This is the big one. The second technology we need is free energy. Free energy. The moment we have a genuine, useful free energy machine that has got out there, everything will change. That you just got to think about. I'll leave you to imagine. What happens if we all had a free energy machine? You know, a box somewhere in our house that powers all the electricity. And we've got infinite electricity available to us for free. We can do anything and everything. In fact, you hardly even need money. What do you need money? It would change farming. All of us could grow food at home. We could have grow lights because it's free electricity. All of us can grow food 24/7. We'll have vehicles, cars. You could take your car anywhere. You've got infinite free energy. What would you do then? What would that world be like? Again, we do not believe free energy is possible. We have been conditioned to this idea. No, it's not possible. Free energy is rubbish. Where's the science? Where's the science? Well, there is science. There is science that explains free energy. And I'm trying to explain it on this channel. It's ether physics. Ether physics is a different model of the universe, but it is a serious model of the universe, and it allows for free energy machines. It's the only physics that will explain how free energy works. The mainstream physics can't have free energy. They don't believe in it. But you see, it's a scientific model. It's a mathematical model that they've created. Modern science is a model of the universe, and they're trying to understand the universe using this model and all the mathematics that go with this model. And it works to a degree. They got so far, but they haven't got free energy yet. We all know the technology they're giving us. Yeah, incredible technology, but it's useless. Think about it. What technology are they giving us? They're giving us better televisions, better entertainment, better computer games, faster cars. Yeah, but what is that? How does that help our human spirit? How is that good for us? It's just distracting us. They're giving us technology that takes us into another world, technology that will control us, not technology that will set us free. Where's the healing technology? There's no healing technology. There is, but they're not going to give it to us. Ether technology allows for healing, and it allows for free energy. That's what I'm talking about on this channel, and I hope to prove on my channel, or at least explain it well enough to open people's eyes that there is a science that would allow free energy. And there probably are people that have got some of these machines, but again, because they don't have the vision of the better world, they just waste them. Like they would try and patent it. You make a free energy machine, oh, I've done it, now I'm going to patent it. You send that to the patent office, that's the authorities. They'll take one look at that, say free energy machine, right, confiscate that, and then you're off, you're finished. That's happened many times. You can't be taking it to the patent office. If you've developed a free energy machine, you must put it out for free. You must put the plans out fast as possible. Decentralize it. Give it away. Give it away to everyone. Then it can't be shut down. And everyone can start looking at it and saying, all right, that makes sense. And they'll develop it. And we will get, again, I want to create a network. That's what I'm trying to do. This communications network, this blockchain infrastructure is the first level of building a better world. It's a way of ending corruption, but it's a way of communicating privately. We can't be shut down. So then the second level is to build a free energy machine. Then we release it through that communications network. Everyone gets the plans. And we start building these machines, getting them out there. So we're quietly building a better world in the background. We don't worry about the world as it is. We've got to quietly build a new one. And once we've got that going, people will see, all right, there is a better way. There is a better way. So to sum this talk up, the reason we cannot build a better world is we are lied to. We do not believe it is possible. They have conditioned us to believe the way it is now is the way it has to be. Yeah, there's war, there's corruption. What can we do about it? We will slow down the rising corruption a little bit. We'll build back better. We'll build it back better. Yeah, a little bit better. And then they create some random things. Yeah, we will have carbon zero by this, that. It'll be a better world. How can it be a better world? It's going to be much worse. You want to see through the lies. The better world comes from two things. Building a better self. A better self means you get rid of the corruption inside yourself. You must learn what is the natural law and follow it. If you don't follow the natural law, how do you expect to bring down any of this other corruption? They're not following the natural law. If you're not as well, it's not going to work. First thing is follow the natural law. Do your best. Do not harm, do not steal, do not cheat. Teach that to your children. It's so simple, it's so obvious. We all should know this. But if that has been ingrained into your children, by the time they're our age, you'll be already a different world. We've taught them the opposite. We're teaching our children how to be narcissists, how to be greedy, how to be criminals, how to crush your fellow man. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is technology. Look into technology. And I've got this one technology I'm working on, the ENTIFY and the free energy machines. It's a serious business. Serious business. But be careful. There are a lot of charlatans and scammers trying to sell us free energy as well. Of course there are. And there always has been. And there are a lot of charlatans and scammers talking about ether and energy and healing, all that. Of course there are. We need to develop a critical mind. And that critical mind will come if you try to follow the natural law, because you will be unlocking the corruption within you. And then you'll see something feels wrong. That guy's cheating. Yeah, he's a bit greedy. He's not doing it right. Okay. You see? So it is simple. It is possible. But I'm going to leave it to you to actually visualize it. Think about it. If we had free energy machines and we had a method of understanding who owns what, and we can communicate with each other, and it's completely fair, decentralized, no centralized control, what would the world be like? Just try and imagine it. What could it be like? And I will do another talk in time, which will be pure visualization of what this world might be like. Now, again, I'm not saying it'll be perfect. I don't believe we can be, well, maybe we can, but I still suspect there's going to be low levels of some corruption, but it'd be so low. It'd be so low that it's more like the corrupt people are just suffering an illness. So we would care for them. We would actually help them to see through their corruption. Listen, you're stealing things. That's not a good way to do it. And they would listen. All right, I understand. So it's not like, you're a criminal, lock them up. Because they're never going to change. There might be just a low level, like a child. A child might be greedy, they're stealing, but you can still teach them not to. That's the time. No, do not steal. And you've got to explain to them why. Why do you not steal? Would you like it if someone stole your stuff? No. So why are you stealing their stuff? I don't know. If the child gets it then, they'll get it for the rest of their life. It's the same corruption. We've got to nip it in the bud. And stop arguing amongst each other. So a conspiratorial person sees a lot of corruption. Don't attack them. It's still corruption. They're seeing more. You still, look, the normal people, the mainstream people, they all acknowledge corruption. They see, yeah, it's a crazy world. But tell me, what can we do to fix it then? It should come together. What can we do to fix the corruption? All corruption. And I mean the corruption even in the children. Fix it. It's the same bad behaviour. I don't care if you're a little baby or if you're a country or a megalomaniac billionaire. It's the same greed. It's the same theft. So, it's been a bit of a powerful talk, but a very important one. And I wanted that to be clear. It is possible, but we've simply been led to believe that it isn't. So the first step in building a better world is to open your mind to the idea that, yes, it is possible. And the two things we have to do, one is work on ourselves, build a better self, and two is work on some technologies. There are real technologies. That's a real solution. It's not quackery. It's real. So thank you very much for listening. And I do wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas if you celebrate that. At least have a very happy holidays, whatever you like to do. Take the time to relax, build yourself, and I will still put out a video tomorrow on Christmas Day. I think I'm going to put out the final video in my energy healing series, in which I'm doing an actual healing session. So it will be a practical energy healing session that I'm putting out there. So it seems quite poignant that today I talk about the idea of a better world, and tomorrow I'm going to do something practical for that better world, a healing. Again, some people might think it's not practical, but I think that is practical. Remember, two things. One is working on the human soul. That's what this is. Two is working on practical technology. But it's not politics. I don't care about politics. It's technology and real living humans following the natural law. That's the two things we need. Not authority. Right? We don't need authority. We don't need centralized power. That is where the corruption comes in. Again, you've got to think about it. So thank you so much for listening. And I look forward to seeing you in tomorrow's video, where I'll be doing the final part of my energy healing course, free course in how to do energy healing. So thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you in any of these other videos here.